My growth story starts in high school, and I was a wrestler in high school, and I wrestled the same weight for 3 years, which I didn't find unusual. Actually, it was kind of cool, and I didn't never realized that I didn't grow. So I realized lining up for graduation, and they lined us up by height, that I was short. I never realized it. Now, when I graduated from high school, I was 5'3". And I'm sure anybody would realize that that's short, but I did not. I just thought I was kind of normal. I wasn't. So that was the first time that I realized I didn't grow. So that summer, getting ready to go to college, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to wrestle 126 pounds again because it's what I've always wrestled. Something happened that summer. I got a little bit heavier than what I normally did, but not too much. And I get to college and I start cutting weight, is what you call it, dieting. And I'm trying to make 126. And the coach is like, well, I'd really like you at 134 because we have someone at 126. I'm like, no, I can make 26. He's like, well, I'd like you at 134, but I kept cutting weight and it wasn't coming off. Now, I wasn't drinking a lot of beer either. I mean, I was sticking to my diet and running and all that. And I had trouble getting down to 134. And I made it for the first dual meet. We wrestled and I made weight. But that following weekend, we had a tournament at Washington Lee. And making weight again, a Thursday and then a Saturday, it was tough. We left York College to go to Washington Lee in Virginia. And I was about 3 pounds over, which I'm thinking, no big deal. I can make this. So we get down to Washington Lee, and I'm overweight. Everybody weighs in, but I have time to make weight. So I'm trying to lose the weight, and I'm in the sauna. I'm everywhere. And I'm trying, and it's not coming off fast. Eventually, I made weight. I was the absolute last person to make weight. Well, by that time, everybody had eaten. So I was stuck eating the food I had brought along, which was peanut butter and jelly and cold macaroni and cheese and Gatorade and iced tea. That stuff tastes great when you're hungry, by the way. It doesn't sound good now, but it was awesome. So at Washington Lee, they had this huge room where all the visiting teams could stay overnight. All the different colleges were in there. It was a huge dormitory room with just rows and rows of beds. So when you're cutting weight and not eating right, I don't know about other people, but I don't sleep well. And I tend to get a little not friendly also because I'm hungry. Well, sometimes when I sleep, I will talk. And I guess that night I was sleep talking and I didn't know it. And sometimes it will come out really clear. So the next day I get up and everybody's calling me Peanut Butter Monster. Now, I'm still washed out from trying to make weight. I'm grumpy. I just want to go wrestle. Let me alone. Let's go wrestle. I don't know who the hell the Peanut Butter Monster is. So everybody's referring to me this way. And my assistant coach, who constantly gave me a hard time, but I love him, Dr. Brooke Landis, he came up to me, he says, do you know what you did last night? I'm like, no. He goes, you were sleep talking. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, you said, and I quote, Peanut Butter Monster, you'll be mine tonight. Clear as day. I'm like, no. So we get to the tournament. Well, the joking didn't stop. When they would announce me on deck, Mark Lentz, Peanut Butter Monster, on deck mat 3. My first match, I went out. The ref is checking my skin. He goes, I'm looking for peanut butter. I'm like, this isn't funny. Let's just go. Come on. So I didn't realize it at the time, but I was at the beginning of a growth spurt. And it caused some embarrassment. I don't know if it's pain, but embarrassment. So after that match, our last match of the semester was at Millersville. And coach told me, he goes, I want you at 142 this week. I'm thinking, great, awesome, I could eat. Well, I still had trouble making weight, believe it or not. But we go over to Millersville. I make weight, no problem. I don't need to run extra or anything like that. We wrestle, and it's snowing, and everything's getting shut down. And I'm still hungry. I was like hungry all the time. But we stopped at McDonald's, which I'm not a fan of. But they were shutting down early also. And we were in luck because they had all this extra food that you were just giving away. So I don't know how many hamburgers and cherry pies I ate that night, but I knew I didn't need to make weight again until January. Well, over that Christmas break, I hit my growth spurt. My freshman year in college, I grew 4 inches. I wrestled 142 pounds. I never saw 134 again or 126. My senior year, they even let me wrestle 158 sometimes and 150. But that was my growing story. It took a while, but I did hit a growth spurt. And there was some pain of embarrassment in it because I was the peanut butter monster for a weekend.